Welcome back to episode 3 on the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. I am Candy, your no nonsense confectioner host. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about content creation and how to build a fucking polarizing brand that people want to eat up. Yum, yum, nom noms, okay? We're not out here buying vanilla fucking cake. No, we want the spice. We want Biscoff, obviously. Obviously. Biscoff fans, anyone? All right, you know the drill. No sugar or spice. Let's fucking get into it. So, in this episode, I want to talk about content creation. And oh my gosh, I could riff about this all day because one, I know the power of content. Obviously, my name is Kenny the Creator. My jam, my sugar funny, my sugar plum pie is content creation. But what I specifically want to talk about today is vanilla fucking sugar. Vanilla sugar. Lol. Vanilla content. Okay? The reason why your brand is boring is because your content is boring. It's not activating. It's not triggering enough. It's watered down. And I know that you have watered down your content, okay? And that's okay, all right? There's no shame. There's no guilt here. We listen and we don't judge. And also, do we want to make bank? Do we want to build a movement? Do we want to create cash flow from our content? Of course we do. And that's why you're listening to this episode, because you want to learn how to actually create a magnetic brand. And let me tell you, my babes, my sugar, this comes from being polarizing. So let me explain something. Not too long ago, I posted a reel of me screaming in the middle. I wasn't screaming, okay. I was yelling. I was loudly expressing in the middle of Melbourne City Park. I was yelling. It was like 8 a.m. on a Thursday morning. And the video was me overcoming my fear of judgment and actually yelling in a public space, universe, show me, how does it get even better than this? And this is something that I teach my clients, and it's something that I talk about all the time, of actually claiming your desires from the universe. And that's a story for a whole nother podcast, but right now we're talking about polarizing content, okay? And it went fucking viral. I think it's got like 300 to almost 400,000 views. And I wake up with hate comments from that reel almost every day. And I actually think it's hilarious because obviously the type of people that are commenting hate comments are like middle-aged white men, and have got nothing to do with impacting my business. So I don't really care. And I just think it's hilarious. And also, whilst it's created a lot of hate, what it has also done has helped create a movement. Now I have people literally doing it themselves and tagging me and sharing my story and being like, holy fuck, this was so invigorating. It was so powerful. It was so inspirational. And I have people in the comments of that reel actually fighting for me. Like if you scroll down my Instagram feed, you can follow me on Kenny the Creator _ and you will find this reel. And it's literally me in Melbourne City Park fucking yelling. And I don't know, there's something ridiculous, like almost 30,000 shares of this reel, and a lot of comments. And what is actually happening is the hate comments that are being perpetuated. Equally so, there are love comments and people supporting me. And in the comments of that reel, there's people finding each other. I don't even know these people, okay? But what that is doing is creating something for people to stand for and against. So let me explain to you the law of polarity. And this is something that my mentor taught me. And it's interesting that literally not long after she taught me that, and she was saying to me, Kenny, you need to start posting more polarizing content, come on, stop with the beige content. And not that I wasn't being fully beige, but I wasn't fully I was still watering down my messaging, and I'm going to talk about that in a little minute. But I really want to share this piece here and what I learned from it around the law of polarity. So she was explaining to me the law of polarity, right? So every single one of us are playing out in the universal laws. And one of those universal laws is the law of polarity. So what happens is, if, say, for example, and we're using this Instagram reel of mine that went viral, what happened was, because it was polarizing, what it created was a level of hate. So people were polarizing against me, right? So they're now going against me. And like the pendulum swing, if the pendulum swings hard one way, what that naturally does is create a law of polarity, which allows the pendulum to swing the other way. And now these people, like, the more that people have hated on me, it's also created an opportunity and the polarity of people to love on me even more. And it's created now a movement for the people that do love on me. They are fully supporting me, fully rooting for me, fully batting for me. And this is what has created a movement. And what happens is, when these people are fully like vouching for me, they are then going and sharing this story. They are then going and talking to their family, to their friends, and be like, oh my God, you need to follow this girl. Oh my God, you need to see what this person is doing. Like, oh my God, can you believe this? And it's creating this movement and this momentum. What I learned in this moment was the power of polarity, the power of potency in marketing, in messaging, in content creation. Because in that one fucking reel, it brought so much attention to, obviously, my Instagram page and social media, but it also, so many things. Okay, so it also, one, released my fear of judgment, because all of these hate comments, I realized, oh, I don't actually fucking care. I actually don't care. And releasing that fear of judgment allowed me to then show up even more convicted online, even more confident online. And that confidence and that conviction creates a magnetism energy, and that allows for more conversion, right? The next piece of what I learned from this is how important it is to be polarizing in your content. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go scream at the top of your lungs in the middle of Melbourne Park. But hey, if you want to do it, make sure you tag me, Kenny the Creator _. And also, it is what is going to have people and your audience and your potential customers actually choose you, because they're like, I love you because you are saying the things that I'm afraid to say, or that you get me, right? You get me, and you're doing the things and you're saying the things that I value. So that is why I want to work with you. That is the power of polarizing content, right? And it anchors a deeper level of love from your supporters. So we welcome the hate. Thank you to all the haters who hate on my videos and reels on a daily basis. Quite literally wake up every single morning. Why don't we have a look at right now what hate comments I've gotten this morning? Just fully side tangent. We love a little hate. I do this too. I also love to smoke meth. That's just one of the comments that I got on my reel this morning. It's literally every single day, but I posted a photo yesterday that is getting a lot of love. So we've got both. Oh, here's another one. For God's sake, just go to OnlyFans and show them off their lame ass sheilas. It's just actually rogue, and it's actually hilarious. Anyway, side tangent, we're coming back to the content. The other day, I was having a one-on-one call with my client, and she is a manifestation coach, and I was going and doing a content audit on her page. And this is actually something that I offer one-on-one if you literally want me to have a audit on your Instagram socials page and to look at the things that you can either ditch or that you can double down on, and have a fully TLC but also very fucking spicy audit on your page. You can literally book that inside the link in my bio on my Instagram page. Also, I'm going to put it in the show notes. However, let me tell you about this client of mine. She's a manifestation coach, and I was going through her content and I was like, this is really cute. Tips and inspirational and motivational quotes and affirmations that you're talking about. And what I said to my client was, but there is absolutely no movement here. It just feels like I'm following someone's personal page and they're sharing their tips and tricks on their manifestation, right? There's no authority, there's no social proof, there's no conviction in who you are. And that is what separates people who scale really quickly. And it's actually quite evident who is scaling and becoming, like, who is the standout in the industry compared to who is just getting washed away in the sea of social media. It's the people who are fully convicted in their voice and activated in their voice and sharing their truth online. And I'm not talking about fucking being authentic and dancing online, all right? I'm talking about sharing your message and being unapologetic in that. And for example, this is me being like, you need to be more fucking polarizing in your content. Otherwise, you're literally just going to get washed away in the sea of social media. And that has taken me a lot to overcome. Like, I've had to overcome the fear of judgment countless times, and I continuously do, because it's kept me stuck for so long. And again, just fearful of getting hated on. But now I've had the worst that could happen, right? I've had the hate. And I'm like, oh, this is a massive lol. And it's given me the permission to fully deliver the undiluted message, right? And the more that I've done that, the more people actually either polarize against me or polarize towards me. And this is what has really started to convert and build momentum and conviction in my personal brand. Coming back to my client, I was saying to her, babe, this is really good surface level stuff, but there's no depth. There's no personality. There's no personal story. I don't know who you are, what what you have created for yourself. There's no authority. It's just there's all the sugarcoating and there's fucking no spice. Okay, let's rip the band-aid off and let's really actually call people forward. And when I talk about polarizing content, I don't mean be a cunt and just talk, call people out. I mean, share your truth and actually share a pathway for your clients to have that and create that for themselves, right? So this is what I do with my clients, and I teach them, okay, yes, this is watered down, and I know that you know that you're fucking guilty of this. I know that you've watered down things. And besides the manifestation stuff, there's also been times, a lot of my clients, they're scared to post their success stories or because of the fear of judgment. Again, oh my God, that little bugger, it just keeps coming up, doesn't it? Fear of judgment. And I've had clients say to me before, Candy, how do you express so loudly like your money success, or aren't you afraid of people thinking you're obnoxious? And some people fucking do, and obviously, one, that's a great opportunity and reflection piece for them, but two, no, because I'm so proud of the success that I've made, and I know that sharing this success is actually inspirational for other people who align with my message and align with my goals to see me as a mentor for them. Because if you're not showing polarizing content and truth and your fully spoken word, then your audience has no reason to choose you as a mentor or no reason to want to work with you, right? The whole motive around creating polarizing content is for the purpose of your clients to either choose to work with you or choose to not work with you. And that is okay. We don't want to sell everyone. And I think that's what is really going wrong in the industry, is like everyone's just like trying to make as many sales as can. It's like, no, okay. I know that you want to make money. I fucking love money, and I'm here to make bank as well. I'm here to show you how to make bank as well. And also, it is so important to be fully like in alignment with who you are, what you do, how you help people, and honoring those services and sharing that online, okay? Sharing okay, so I'm going to give you a task. And after listening to this podcast, I want you to go and write this down. What annoys me the most in my industry? What annoys me the most in my industry? So that's one question. Question number 2. What am I most afraid to talk about online? What am I most afraid to talk about online? Question number 3. if I had all the money in the world, what would I be doing? What would I be really doing? If I had all the money in the world, what would I be really doing? So 2 of those questions obviously very much directed to content. One of those questions is actually questioning your mission and are you on purpose? Or are you just taking what you can get right now? And that's fine. We've all fucking been there. And I've been there too. The days where I would, back in my early days as a content creator and a done for you service, I'd charge like $250 for fucking 8 hours of work. Okay, we've come a long way in the self-worth piece, all right? And it's all part of the journey. And also, the faster that you can actually come to terms with your self-worth and actually not come to terms with your self-worth, but actually expand your level of self-worth and be accountable for creating that cash flow within yourself, the faster that you're going to scale. But your content, right? What is the thing that annoys you the most about your industry or your niche? And also, what is the thing you're most scared about to share online? Go and create content on those pieces. And yeah, it's going to feel fucking icky and uncomfortable to post, but I guarantee it's going to generate a conversation, okay? So when we talk about creating conversions from our content, the fastest way to create conversions from our content is to actually create conversations, right? So now that you've got things to start to think about in your content and you're like, okay, Candy's telling me no more fucking sugarcoating, I'm posting my undiluted opinions, you're going to get people who are going to polarize against you, okay? And that's cool. But simultaneously, like I explained in the Law of Polarity, you're going to get people who are absolutely fucking love it. They love it, okay? And also, I want to ask you this question. If you have a friend who's raw and honest and really says what she fucking thinks, and you're like, oh my God, fucking sometimes she's going to call me the fuck out. And then you've also got a friend who is always soft and loving and caring and never says anything to harm you, is always a people pleaser. It can change personalities depending on the feel, the room that she's in. I want to ask you a serious question. Who are you going to trust more? Are you going to trust the friend who's a people pleaser and will just change her personality depending on who she's around? Or are you going to trust your raw, honest friend who, despite the fact that she might potentially hurt you, even though she's doing it in the most loving way because she loves you, who are you going to trust more? You're going to trust the honest fucking friend, right? Even though sometimes she's a bit of a bitch, you're going to trust her because she's being real with you, right? Your audience is the exact same thing. Your audience is going to create more trust within you and see you as their mentor or the person that they want to work with because they trust you, because you're real, you're authentic, you're fucking honest. Not just someone who's posting a copy of a copy of a copy of a Canva carousel of a Pinterest board. No, because, I can see through that. You can see through that, right? So this is why it's so important, now more than ever, that you post conviction and undiluted messaging in your marketing. Expect an uproar. If you feel like if your content doesn't make you feel a little bit uncomfortable to post, then it's not undiluted. Did I say that right? It's too diluted. Okay, let's just go with that. If your content is not making you feel on edge to post about, but it's truly what you're thinking inside and feeling inside, and that's really important for people to learn, it's too diluted and it's just going to get washed away in the sea of social media, right? And the minute that you can pivot and really go into this level of polarity, you are going to create a whole different level of awareness, movement, magnetism in your personal brand and in your business, and people are going to flock to you. I literally guarantee this. So here are 3 things that I want you to start doing in your content. And doing these 3 steps is going to allow you to consistently complete a loop in your personal brand and to consistently complete the loop in your audience's mind, right? So let me explain this to you. And first of all, like, this is something that I teach my clients inside my coaching masterminds and my transformational event. So if you're wanting to be inside a space where you're learning the strategies and the tools to generate to your first 10, 15, 20K months, and also marry that with how to activate your voice, how to bring online your full purpose, how to fully anchor into your mission, your soul's mission, marrying business energetics with branding strategy. If you're looking for that place, then I would love to invite you to the collective. This is my 12-month coaching mastermind. And this is where I teach my clients how to bring online their true authentic fucking vision and mission and voice and marry that with the strategies to help them scale their business online. And this is exactly what I have done to be able to scale my business from 0 to multi-six figures. So that is something that you want to have more information about. I would love to invite you to have a chat in the show notes below. Anyway, coming back to the 3 steps that you can do in your content, and I guarantee if you do this in your content on a weekly basis, which basically means you only have to post these 3 pieces of content a week. Okay, can we promise that you can only need to do 3 pieces of content a week for this? What you are going to do is step number 1. You're going to post awareness content, right? So think about it. You've just had someone come across your page. What has grabbed their awareness, right? Usually what makes someone, think about when you click on, you've just been scrolling on Instagram and you've just read this piece of content, and what makes you click on that person's page, right? It's been something that's activated this curiosity in your mind, right? So if you create pieces of awareness style content, you've now opened the loop in your audience. They've just come across you. They're like, who is this? What are they talking about? What is this? What is this conscious content creator? I want to know more about it. And they're like, oh, who is this person? You've started to create a trigger response in their brain. Then the next thing that you're going to want to post is connection, right? Connection pieces of content are like your story, your personal story, storytelling in content in that leads into educational, valuable storytelling to help build connection with your audience, to help build rapport with your audience, to have them feel like you know them, you've been through the things that they are currently facing. That connection piece of content right there is going to create an unconscious rapport with your audience and you, because they're going to feel like they know, you know them and they know you. And they're going to feel unconsciously connected to you. And this is called unconscious rapport. And this is why it's really, really important to implement this 3-step process into your content creation and personal brand on a weekly basis. Right? So now they've come across your account. They've been curious about your awareness style content. They've now looked at your content. They're starting to get to know you because you've been creating connection styles of content, which is storytelling, sharing your experience, anchoring it back into your niche, your business, how you support and how you solve your clients' problems. And then the next piece of content is conversion, right? But before I speak about conversion, I really want to anchor into step 2, which is connection, and how this actually works, right? So the connection piece, it allows you to create a conversation, okay? So here's an example from a post that I put up not that long ago where I was sharing a personal story of mine, and what it did was it created a conversation inside my comment section, right? So now I'm actually creating a conversation with my audience inside the comment section. This conversation has nothing to do with my coaching services or my offerings. I'm not trying to sell them whatsoever, but it's deepening this unconscious rapport with my audience. So when the time comes, when I do talk about an offer, when I do, pitch or sell, they already feel the trust within themselves to want to work with me, right? So this is really important about connection style content, because it is, without it, there is no lead into conversion, okay? Without the connection style content, it literally is the bridge between having your clients see you and having your clients be sold by you in your content. So this connection piece is the bridge. And it creates the conversion. Then the next step is conversion style content. So this is things that you're going to talk about your offerings. You're going to talk about your services. You're going to talk about your testimonials. You're going to talk about your social proof and your results, right? And this, it gives it completes the circle, it completes the cycle in your audience's mind for them to go, yeah, I want to work with her. She gets me. She has the solution to my problem. And this is a very basic 3-step process that you can literally start to do in your content. And it only requires you to post 3 pieces of content per week. Now, I'm not saying this is not what you should only do. You should also be like, there's so many other things that you should be doing in your content. And this is like growth style content and conversion style content. And also just, okay, that's a whole nother conversation around content. But I just really dial this in, what I want you to focus on is this 3-step process. And if you can implement this on a weekly basis amongst your other content, I guarantee you'll be starting to build a really cohesive and succinct personal brand that closes a lot of loops in your client's mind. So again, that is awareness, connection, and conversion. And this is something that I teach my clients to help them build that really solidified personal brand, to have their audience see them, like them, trust them, buy them. And looping this back to polarizing content, ensuring that we're done with the beige content. We don't want vanilla here. We're here for Biscoff, okay? We want the spicy, okay? I tell you what, one of the reels that I got 1.5 million views on, she definitely was not fucking vanilla. No fucking way, all right? Same thing around my other reel that got around 400,000 views on it. That was definitely not vanilla, okay? And now I'm not saying that you should aim for going viral every single post, but the exposure definitely helps to bring more people and more eyes onto your page. And of course, that is going to give an opportunity for you to really anchor into your movement and your mission. It's going to have people polarize with and against you. And following the law of polarity, it is actually required for people to like, know, and trust you and to love you. And that is what's going to build a really solid personal brand and help you scale and quantum leap. These are the things that I have implemented within the first 12 months of my business. You know what? Actually, probably was really in the last 6 months of my business. And now it's like, for me, multi 6 figures is my recurring revenue annually. And that has come from a place of really anchoring into my truth. So that is what I have for you today, my babe. I fucking love content. Honestly, I love speaking about this. I love speaking about personal branding. I love speaking about like full, no sugar, all fucking spice. And if you got a lot of value from this podcast, please like it, share it, tag me, because honestly, it means so fucking much. Like, this podcast is something that I've wanted to do for so long. And now I'm in a financial position where I can actually pay someone to do it for me, which is amazing. Okay. All right. Slay. So I love you. I'm so excited to see you in episode 4. Also, next episode is going to be so fucking juicy. We have our very first guest. Oh my God. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be all the spice and no sugar. You know the vibe. Love you. Bye, babe. Mwah.